This is Caitlin, your host of the NoSleep4Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the NoSleep4Dramas podcast. We are doing another host interview today. This is third one, 3 of 4, I think is that. Yeah. And we have Naz here. I'm so excited to have her introduce herself. And yeah, she's going to be the third host that's going to be rotating in. And I'm really excited to what we're watching. So Naz, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, Caitlin, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited about this. This is literally like months in the making. Like, I feel like you asked
Yes.
me like almost a year ago, maybe. So I'm very excited. But yes, I'm Naz. I'm the host of the Swoon Diaries podcast, which you can listen to anywhere you listen to podcasts. And I'm also on Instagram at Swoon Diaries Pod. I'm always on there. I love chatting. And yeah, I have bi-weekly K-drama reviews, occasionally weekly, depending on just like how I was able to fit episodes in. I might have like an extra episode or two. But yeah, K-drama reviews. I like to do Lover List episodes where I kind of go through like the new dramas that came out and give my first impressions. So yeah, it's a fun time, and I just love this K-drama community so much.
Mm-hmm. And if people who have listened to some of the drama trio episodes, you might know Naz from the double episode that we finally got her to watch a C-drama.
Yes.
So
Yes.
excited.
My first one.
Woohoo! It was a good first one to watch
Yes.
as well. Yeah.
It was a solid one.
All right, so if you guys are just popping in and never heard a host interview before, basically I'm introducing some of the hosts that are going to be rotating in and out of this podcast from now until forever, whenever I decide not to do this podcast anymore, but that's neither here or there. And the format of it is there's 3 separate questions. First format or first section is like intro questions, and that's next one is fun questions, and then the last section is rapid fire. So we're going to start with the fun section. You already introduced yourself. So Naz, why don't you talk about how you got into dramas?
Oh yes. So it was 2020, so pandemic times. And it was around September, and my former supervisor was actually Korean American. She was like, no, so I would always see K-dramas like come up on my Netflix like homepage just randomly. Like I saw like the title for like Boys Over Flowers and things like that. And I'm like, what are these? Like I'd be interested in like watching one. I just don't know where to start. And I was in a place where like the shows that a lot of people were watching here in the US were just not my cup of tea. Like I really wasn't into Game of Thrones. I wasn't into like anything on like, you know, those like premium cable channels. I was just like, it's not my thing. So I was like watching a lot of Hallmark Channel. I was watching like Virgin River. I was just trying to find something to entertain myself.
Okay. Sorry, I have to go on a tangent already. So I had never heard of Virgin River, and then I like saw like a headline somewhere that it was getting like a season 8 or something on Netflix, and I'm like, what the hell is this show that it's getting a season 8? I've never heard of that, let alone a Netflix show getting 8 seasons, like 7
Right.
seasons.
Right. It's unheard of.
Do you still watch that show?
No, once I like got deep into K-dramas, I like completely fell off of Virgin River at like season 3. But I really enjoyed Virgin River. It was like, it's so dramatic. It's like small town. But but I was like desperate to find things that were like kind of my speed. And so I asked my supervisor, I was like, okay, have you ever watched Korean dramas? Like, do you have any recommendations? And she was like, I actually don't, but her best friend did. So she's like, I'll get some recs from her. So she asked her best friend, and her friend said that I should start with Crash Landing on You or Romance is a Bonus Book. And I was like, okay. So then I watched like half an episode of Chloe, and I was just like, okay, this is cool. And then for some reason I stopped. I think I wasn't like feeling it at that very moment. I love Chloe now, but at the moment I was just like, this is really, I'm not in the mood for this. So then I saw Romance as a Bonus Book, and oh my gosh, I was like, where have these shows been all my life? I was like, this is amazing. I was like, I met Lee Jong-suk. I met Wee Ha-jun. I was like, I'm staying here forever. I'm never leaving. So that's how I got started.
Nice. And then in terms of that kind of same thing, like how did you then get started in terms of podcasting and like the social media part with your love of K-dramas? Like, what led to that?
Yeah. So me and my friend Ori, who I used to host my podcast with, we both found out that we enjoy dramas. And that's actually how we became, like, we were already like friends, but became even closer when we realized that we really like dramas and BTS. We kind of, found our love for those things like at the same time. So we were like, talk about dramas all the time. We'd have like great conversations about the dramas. And then it was like the end of 2021. And she was like, we should start a podcast. And I was like, okay, but I didn't think she was like serious about it. And then like, she was like, no, like, when are we starting the podcast? And I was like, oh, you were serious? Like, I was like, I'm so down. Like, let's do it. So February 2022, we started the Soul Sisters podcast. That's what it was called at the time. And then that's how we got into like the K-drama community online, and we started podcasting and getting to know everybody. And so that's how I got into the online community. And I was like, there was this whole world out there that I didn't know. Like, there are people out there that also watch dramas too. Like, because before it was just like, I would be like on Drama Beans and like look in the comments, or like I would go on Reddit threads and see like what people think about things. But like to be able to talk to other people about the shows you were watching like in real time, I was like, oh, this is so great. So yeah, that's how I got into like the whole podcasting aspect of things.
Cool. Nice. And in terms of like maybe that same thing is like, is there a reason why you did it other than just the fact that you wanted to talk about it or like find other people? Are there beyond that? Is there a reason behind that or no?
Yeah, it was basically like I want to like we had so many like thoughts and feelings about these shows. It's just like, let's just bring our conversations that we have with each other and share them with the world and just see what happens. And like literally I really was just like, maybe 10 people are going to listen to this thing. Like it wasn't really about like the numbers or anything. I was like, let's just do it. Like there was no plan really or like goals. It was like, it's fun. Like, let's just do it. So that the fact that it actually started picking up speed, I was like, oh, this is fun. It wasn't expected like at all.
Right. Okay, so what was your first K-drama? And then we know your C-drama, but you can just talk about your C-drama, your first C-drama. And then if you've watched like a J-drama or a Thai or whatever, what were your first ones?
Yes. So my first K-drama was Romance is a Bonus Book, which I thought was a great first drama. My first C-drama, as you know, was The Double, my first completed C-drama. I think the first C-drama I tried to watch might have been... was it Hidden Love or Go Ahead? It was one of those two. I haven't finished either of them. And I have not, no, actually, yeah. And then I haven't completed a J-drama. I've started a few, but I haven't completed any. Okay. So J-dramas are next on the list.
Nice. That's my goal sometime this year is to watch more of those as well.
Yeah.
But K-dramas are your bread and butter,
Yes, I love them.
Yeah. First loves, Yes. Yeah, mine are like really old, but I've been watching dramas for a very long time.
You're like an OG. Like I remember when we first talked about like how you got into dramas, and I was just like, wow, I wish I was into dramas like in like the 2010s. Like I'm like, I was like, I could have been part of this whole thing of watching these all this time. Granted, it's probably harder to access them and things like that, but
right.
I would have loved to be watching them like years and years ago.
Yeah, I mean, like as I said countless times, I like ebbed and flowed. It wasn't a constant watch.
Right.
But 2017 is really like when I started to like religiously watch them. But I have been watching for, God, it's been 15 years now.
Jeez. Yeah, it's a long time.
Ridiculously long time. Ridiculously long time. Yeah. You guys have it easy. I'm just going to say. I mean, guys, I mean, honestly, you guys have like, yeah.
We do. It's like the amount of platforms that carry K-dramas now. We don't have to worry about like, trying to figure out how to match the subtitles with the show. It's just like all these things. You don't have to worry about platforms just like disappearing on you.
Oh my God, grateful. I forgot that was a way that you had to like, I completely forgot there was a way that you had to like download the subtitles on one file and then the show on the other file and then kind of sync them together. I completely forgot I had to do that.
That's like a different level of dedication. Like that's dedication to the fandom.
Yeah. And shout out to people who did those subtitles. I don't know who did them or where we got them from, but shout out to them. Or even the fan subbing, whatever.
Right. What would we do without fan subs? Because even like Vicky, those are all people that just do it because they want to. And it's just like, what would we do without those people?
Exactly. Have AI done subtitles, which are always horrible. Always.
Terrible.
All right, next question. What drew you to Asian dramas, which you've kind of touched on already?
Yeah, I think just like It was just different. I love learning about culture. Like I've always loved that, and just seeing how people live in different parts of the world and like what is customary for different, kinds of people. So that really drew me in. I also really liked that I love romance, and just like the
Mm-hmm.
romantic stories are just sweet, but also very like they tackle really like hard things as well, and like they manage to balance it really well. And like I know for me is like I know this isn't an issue for everybody, but like I don't enjoy like tons of explicit content like in the shows that I like watching, and like it's nice that I can just like openly watch a show, and like I don't have to worry about like whoa, like I wasn't expecting that. Where did that come from? So it's like, I know some K-dramas is like, depending on who produced it, you might see things like that. But for the most part, like I don't have to worry about seeing things like I don't necessarily want to see, which is just nice.
Right. Right. Yeah. Along that same line, like what drew you to start doing the podcast or like making content, like reviews or whatever on social media / the podcast? Like what made you become interested in that? And I know it's kind of a different thing because you were duo hosting with somebody,
Yeah.
but maybe even like touch on the like, because now you solo host, like what
Mm-hmm.
keeps you doing it as well?
I think honestly what keeps me doing it is the people that I've met while doing it. Like people like you, Jess, Liliana, like Lola, like Maddie, and the girls, like everybody. Like I've met so many amazing people because I have this podcast, and even my listeners. Like there's some listeners I talk to like almost every day, and I would have never met them if I didn't have a podcast. And so like even if I have like, there's been times like last year, especially because I was like 2024 was kind of rough for me. And I'm just like, should I just like take a break, like let this go, whatever? And I'm just like, I made so many amazing connections with people. And I feel like that's what keeps me going if I feel like I'm like experiencing a lull, because the
Right.
community really is just so warm and so kind. And it's just really nice to fangirl with people that like get it. Like I can't talk to people about K-dramas and like my everyday
Right.
life. Like nine
Yeah.
times out of 10, like people don't know what you're talking about. So like it's
Mhm.
nice to have people that you could talk to on a regular basis about these shows, and like they get it. Like they get why they're so amazing. So yeah.
Right. Okay. If you could go back and start your podcast over,
hmm
would you do it? And if you do, like, what would you do differently, or would you do anything differently?
That's a good question. Would I do anything differently? I don't think I'd do anything differently. I think I like the way things are going. I think as far as the podcast, I like the way that it's structured and everything. I think sometimes I feel like I wish my podcast was a little less structured, but because the way my brain works, I really need like order and like clear, and I can't I'm not really good like off the cuff. Like I need to
Mm.
like be prepared, because like some people are really good at be like, let's just talk about everything. I'm just like, I need sections. I need like I need I
Right.
need I need some direction here. But
Right.
with social media, I think something that I would do differently, and that's something I'm trying to like start thinking through now, is it's like I do want to do more kind of like free form content where I'm just kind of showing my face and talking about something. And I've started to do that with like the spoiler free reviews and things like that. But I wish like
Right.
in the beginning, like I did that a little bit more. Um,
Right. The next question is what keeps you motivated to doing it? And you kind of answered that already. All right. So, do you watch Western shows now? Why or why not?
yes. So as far as Western shows, I do watch Law and Order SVU. I'm very behind. I'm like a season and a half behind, but I love that show. That's like my favorite.
Mm. Which is really weird coming
Right?
from
Isn't
you,
it?
I
Isn't
have
it?
to say.
Isn't it? Because SVU is such a dark show. So like yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that show so much. Yeah, I love a good
I
cop
mean,
show.
Benson is a queen, so,
Yes, she's the queen. Yeah, she's like my favorite TV character of like all time. She's just such a boss. But yeah, I love Law and Order SVU. So that's one show I try to keep up with. I don't do the best job, especially the last year or so. I do really love dating shows, so I do
Mm.
watch Love Is Blind whenever a new season's out. I'm not watching this season though, because I'm like I'm done with this, so I need to find a new like dating show to watch. And I do watch Love Island, the summer season. I do watch
Oh, okay.
that. I think other than that, it's just yeah. I think other than that, it's just K-dramas. Like there's been Western shows that have come out and everybody watches it, and like you should watch it. And I was like I will, and I like never get to it
Yeah,
because I'm like
yeah.
It's like I gotta keep up with my K-drama schedule. I can't I can't fall behind.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing as like I have multiple multiple shows I do try and keep up with because like so my dad and I uh growing up, he was like the person that I would watch a bunch of like sci-fi stuff with, and then like
Yeah.
Game of Thrones was our
Mhm.
show and
Mhm.
whatever. So like nowadays, anytime he texts me like, "Are you watching this show?" I'm like, "Oh crap, now I have to go watch this show."
I know, if you don't want to disappoint him.
Yeah. So have I started Dune Prophecy? Absolutely not. Do I need to? Yeah, because he texts me every week if I have watched it. Yeah, and Dune was like our thing growing up. I've read the books, he read the
Yeah.
books, like we watched all the movies, everything like that. So yeah, so there's that type of scenario where like if he texts me, I'm like, okay, I have to go check out this show. But then
I
there's just
know.
countless other shows.
So many.
Like I watch Murders in the Building, but I'm 2 seasons behind. But like I introduced it to my parents because I was laughing so hard. And
Yeah.
now they're like talking about season 5, and I was like, I haven't watched it yet. I have no idea what you're talking about. And there's countless scenarios like that where like it's just my list is forever going to be long.
Yes, exactly. I'm just like, I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. I will, but I don't know when.
Right.
I forgot. The other show I'm like committed to is Dancing with the Stars. My sister and I, that like, yeah, we're like obsessed. So like every season, it's just like we switch off. It's just like, okay, you come to my place, watch this week. I'll come to your place next week. We always get food, and it's like so fun. So yeah, Dancing with the Stars, we look forward to every September.
Right, right. Nice, nice. Okay, so bouncing off of the Western shows and Asian dramas, what do you think Western shows could learn from Asian dramas? And then versa, is there anything that Asian dramas could learn from Western shows?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
I think what Western shows could take from Asian dramas, I think just the art of the slow burn. I
Uh-huh.
feel like slow burn is rough for Western shows. It's like everything's a lot of times things are done backwards. So
Mhm.
I think that also with shows in the US, our shows are so long. There's like 10 seasons,
Right.
20 episodes each. It's been on for like 15 years. Like there's no reason why Grey's Anatomy should still be on air.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. Like so like I think like with K-dramas or like in any Asian dramas, like they have these like the story is compact. Like it's like, it's a mini series basically. And it's like I have the story beginning and end, and I think that Western shows like you can have multiple seasons, but like know the beginning and like know the end. Don't just like keep going and be like, let's just keep this thing going until we get canceled. It's like, no. That's why I
Right.
really enjoyed This Is Us, which is like one of my favorite shows because like from the beginning they said it's going to be 6 seasons. The whole entire story was mapped out, and I think that
Mhm.
like a lot of American shows should do that. Like map your show out from
Right.
beginning to end. You don't have to go on. Like I honestly feel like 6 seasons is like the magic number. Like a lot of
Right.
shows go down after season 6. So I was
Yeah.
like, let's try to shorten these a little bit and make the stories a little bit tighter. So yeah, and then for the reverse, I think that Asian dramas can maybe just be like, don't be afraid to go there all the time. Like there's some things that I feel like are kind of like skirted over in like Asian dramas that I feel like, like you should go there. Like let's explore that a little bit more. So yeah.
Like taboo topics that they
Yeah.
deem taboo, but in our culture isn't really taboo type thing.
Exactly. It's like, don't be afraid to go there for like whatever the topic may be.
Right.
Yeah. And don't try to like, sugarcoat everything. So
Mhm.
yeah, like treat
Mhm.
your audience like they're, adults and they can like understand things. Yeah.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. What are you currently watching now?
so I just started The Witch last weekend, starring Jin Young. I'm
Same. I don't know
very
how I feel about
intrigued.
it.
Okay, wait, tell me more about that.
I definitely click play because of Jin Young. I'm not
Yes.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I also click play because, like, the synopsis kind of was giving me, like, could be suspenseful, could be a
Yeah.
little mahjong, could be a little thriller, like, not
Yeah.
full-blown thriller, whatever. And after watching the first 2 episodes, it definitely still has that, like, mystery about it. Like, you still are not 100% sure, like, is she cursed? Is she whatever?
Right.
But, like, at the same time, it wasn't as, like, thrillerly as I like thought it would be. So that's
Right.
one part. I also don't know how I feel about the female lead.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
valid.
she's definitely the weakest link for me right now
Yeah.
in the acting department.
Yeah.
So, it's a beautiful drama. The
Yeah.
cinematography is gorgeous, and
It's great.
I love the, like, duo perspective where, like, they do one
Yes.
episode one and the other episode the other lead.
Yes.
So I hope they keep that up, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure, like, it's not my favorite thing I'm watching. I'm not disliking it, but, I mean,
Yeah.
it depends if I warm up to the female lead or not, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's totally valid. No, I can totally see that. I really enjoyed the 2 episodes because I think, like you said, the mystery element of it is very strong,
Mhm.
but, like, the melodrama is also very strong. I didn't expect it to be
Yeah.
that melodramatic. I was like, "Oh, she's going through a lot. Oh, okay." And I felt so bad for her, but I do agree with you on the acting. Yeah, I don't think it's been very one note so far.
She has, like, one expression
Yes, yes,
the
there's one
entire time.
expression. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I could that is definitely fair for sure, but I'm, like, intrigued because I'm like, "What are we gonna find out about this? Like, what is the actual issue?" Like, so I'm more
Right.
intrigued than anything, and like you
Yeah.
said, like, I think it's very beautiful to look at. Like, in the previews, I was a little nervous and even, like, the posters and stuff because like, it kinda came off as a low budget a little bit, but then when I
Right.
started it, I
Right.
was like, "Oh, this is actually, like, this looks really good." So and the cast is great, like, there's so many actors and
Oh,
actresses that
yeah.
I recognize, so, yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay,
And they
see."
also made some interesting, like, cinematography choices in the first couple
Mhm,
episodes, like,
mhm.
because it was duo scenes, I don't really know what it was supposed to mean, but, like, the scene where she's walking across the schoolyard, like, leaving school, and
Yes.
in her perspective, I think it was the snow was falling down, but in his, it was falling up, and I was like,
Mhm.
"I don't know why they did this, but it's cool." So, I'm
No,
really like, I'm
same.
intrigued by that because it's like, okay, that was a choice, but, like, what is it supposed to mean?
No, same. I was like, What does this mean?" Because then in this episode too, when they show the different perspective, it was the opposite, and I was like, What does this mean? Is there some deep meaning to this? I don't
Right,
understand."
right.
That's such a good point. But yeah, I did think it was interesting how like we got her complete perspective on everything that he witnessed in the first episode. It was literally like the same episode, but from her perspective, which I thought
Right.
was really cool. So I guess we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. And it also worries me because it's only, if I remember correctly, it's 10 episodes. It's either
Yeah. So
10 or 12.
they gotta get moving. Yeah, it's like 10
Yeah,
episodes.
like
So it's like they
that's
gotta
the other
get
thing I'm a little
started.
that's another thing why I'm a little worried about it because the pacing is because they're doing the duo perspective stuff.
Hmm,
It's
hmm.
not, like, necessarily, like, repeating, like,
Right.
scene for scene, but, like, it's definitely repeating stuff. So if
Yes.
the entire episode goes that way, how far are we actually gonna go in this story other than time jumps? Like, you know?
No, you're so right. Yeah, they gotta get moving. We have to have like some serious movement in 3 and 4 because they don't
Right.
have much time.
You're right. Yeah. So,
Oh my gosh.
I'm intrigued, but it's definitely not my favorite thing I'm watching.
Yeah, no, no,
So,
that's totally fair. And I'm also watching He is Psychometric from 2018, which also stars Jin Young. Have you seen that drama?
I have
Okay.
many opinions about that
Oh
drama.
my gosh. Okay. I have to like keep you posted then when I'm watching. I'm on episode
Yes.
6, I think. So I'll
Okay.
keep you posted. I know like from what I've seen online, people have issues with the ending. So I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen at the end? So
Yes,
yeah.
I that is where most of my issues are with that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. I need to hurry up and finish. And then I watched like one episode of Sky Castle, which I really enjoyed. So I need to like keep going with. Have you watched Sky Castle?
I couldn't watch.
Really? I feel like it would be down your alley. You like Makjang.
I know. I watched the first episode. I'm like, I have so much anxiety right now. I don't think I can watch the show. Like, I tried, and I was like, this is way too much anxiety for me right now.
I'm crying. It's giving me anxiety. Oh my gosh. No, those people are really, really interesting. They're stressing me out
Yeah.
too. I'm just like, how? I was like, I don't know how you can live your life like this, honestly. I was like, what type of life
Correct.
is this that
Yeah.
you're living? But yeah, the end of episode 1 shocked me. And I was like, oh, so I was like, okay, like, we'll see how this goes. And then what else am I watching? I haven't started Mellow Movie and My Dearest Nemesis yet, but I plan to sometime
Okay.
this weekend. And then I also want to watch Undercover High School. So
Okay.
that's
Yeah. That
starting. I think that starts
started
today.
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah. So if all goes well,
Cool,
I should
cool.
have like 3 dramas on my my ongoing drama
Right,
list.
right.
What are you
Yeah.
watching?
I'm watching Study Group. I have to finish it,
I need to
but I
watch
love it.
that.
It's so fun. It's so good. It's not as like, because one of the reasons why I haven't watched Weak Hero yet is because like
Mhm.
all the clips and everything I've seen are just like sad. I'm
Yes.
like, I mean, and supposedly the rumor is season 2 is airing in April, so like I do need to watch season 1 in order
Yeah.
to watch season
Yeah.
2,
I
but
need to watch season 1 too. Yeah.
yeah, but this is not like, as from what I've seen so far. I'm only on like episode 4 or 5 or something. I'm really behind. Um it there has a good balance of like comedy
Mhm.
and fighting.
Okay.
And it's like you're watching a comic book in a way. Like the special effects and Hwan Min-yun in there, he has a lot of duality in this. Like on one scene, he's like adorable and just so excited to be studying, but on the next scene, he's like punching through guys in a hallway.
Oh my god.
So it's a lot of fun. I'm loving it a lot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to watch that one. Like literally 10 people, different people have told me like you need to watch Study Group. And I was like, oh my gosh, I will.
Yeah.
So now that it's done airing, I was like, I definitely want to watch it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What else am I watching? As I said, I'm watching The Witch. I'm still watching Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. I really just need to finish it. I wanted to watch Buried Hearts, but we don't have it in the US.
My gosh,
So
I was
I,
devastated. I was like, this
I
is
know.
not okay.
I know. I'm so mad. It's crazy too because Carol was like, "We have it in Canada. Why don't you have it in the US?" I'm like,
So
"Of
sad.
course."
I was like, no.
Yeah, but I can't really complain because I know Canadians don't get as much as we do, so I
I
can't really
know.
be
I
like,
know.
yeah. But I have like 3 things I want to start next week, like the Offline Love, the Japanese reality
Yes.
show.
Yes.
I
I
want to
definitely want to
start
watch
it.
that.
I'm either starting it that weekend or like early next week. And then I have a couple of Chinese dramas I need to start for podcast episodes next week because one's 60 episodes long and I don't want to
What?
be binging 60 episodes, which I normally do for a trauma trio episode.
Oh
So
my
I'm going to try and
gosh.
start it next week.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please do. Did you, speaking of like a Japanese dating show, did you ever watch Love Like a K-drama?
No, you've been telling me to watch that
Yes.
forever.
Please watch it. It's so good. It's so good. It had me riveted. Like I
I
was
know.
like, it was amazing.
I also need to watch not the step sibling. What is it? The sibling one.
Yes, I need to watch it. Was
This,
it My Siblings Romance or something?
yeah, something like that.
Yes,
Yeah, I need to watch that one too.
me too.
Yeah, I've heard that's a good one.
Yeah.
So, but that's pretty much all I'm watching. I'm watching Please Take Care of Your Refrigerator. That's another one I'm watching.
What's that?
So it used to be, it's a reboot. So basically in like 2010 to like 2016 or something, there was a variety show on Korea that was like extremely popular, really, really popular. Like everybody and anybody went on this show. And kid you not, this show would take their literal refrigerators from their apartments and put them on set, keep everything in them, and then the chefs would take the ingredients out of the fridge, like choose a fridge. They know who it belongs to. Choose a fridge and take whatever ingredients they found in it to make a meal in 15 minutes. And it could be like an abundance of fruit and vegetables and everything, or it could be like kimchi, and that's it. So they did, due to like the popularity of Culinary Class Wars last year, they did a reboot of it. So now it's airing. So like the last one that just aired, or maybe the last one I watched, I'm a little behind, is Lee Hee-jun and oh my god, his name is blanking. Vincenzo actor.
Song Joong Ki.
Thank you. We're guests on the show because they were promoting the new Netflix movie that they did, Pagoda.
Yes.
So they came on the show with their refrigerators and were like talking about their wives and like how Sung Joong-gi was like, my wife likes Italian food, so we have a ton of Italian ingredients in the fridge. Lee Hee-jun was talking about his kid and like all of the kids' drawings on his fridge and how his wife doesn't like Chinese food. Which there were like 3 Chinese chefs, like Chinese food chefs on the show, and they're like, "Oh no, what?" So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So then they taste the food, and then they decide who they like more, and so there's various guests and everything.
That's so
like K-pop stars
fun.
have gone on it, actors, comedians, and then the hosts are comedians, and they're hilarious.
That's so interesting. That sounds like a really good show. It's on Viki?
Yeah, Netflix. The reboot's on
Netflix. Okay. That's just so funny that they literally take their actual literal
it.
refrigerator.
Literally, just like take it. Like, I mean, Ijun came with kid drawings on it, and they were like describing all the drawings and like wondering what they were.
That sounds great.
Yeah, yeah. It was a lot. I mean, I'm biased. I loved the show when it was the original show. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, okay. Next question: what are some drama watching goals for you this year, if you have any, or you make any resolution type things? This came off of me because I always make drama watching resolutions. Do I keep them? Probably not.
I know. I did notice. You always have your resolutions, which is so cool. I honestly just want to like continue being selective. Like I did so well last year dropping things that I didn't like. And 100% of the time my decision was correct. It's like trust your instincts and also like not feeling like I have to watch everything. I mainly like I cover a lot of like the current shows and like but it's like I don't have to like everything. I don't have to watch everything. Like I still like have a job and a life and other hobbies and like it's okay that I like cannot watch every single show that is like currently
Right.
on.
Right.
So yeah, and like not really focusing on the amount, but just like as long as every drama I watch and complete is of good quality, then like that's all that matters. Like I don't need to watch the most popular show. If I don't like it, I don't like it. So
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, that's mine.
I've realized looking down the road in terms of March and April when it comes to airing Korean dramas,
Yeah.
I'm literally going to be watching like 2.
Yeah.
But that's because of like me in terms of I don't watch a lot of romance. I mean, it has to be like really, really like, for example, Mellow Movie. I was never going to check that out. That was just something I was never going to do.
Right.
So like, for example, in March, the only 2 I think that are on my watch list if I get access to them are Hyper Knife and The Art of Negotiation, which Hyper Knife is with the actress from Extraordinary Attorney Woo.
Yes.
And she's like that crime surgeon thing. Yeah, but it's a Disney Plus show. So I have no idea
Fingers
if
crossed.
it's coming to who. Yeah. And then The Art of Negotiation is the actor from Taxi Driver with white hair.
Yes,
and
Hoon. I feel like that
Hoon.
The stills of him with the white hair have been going around since like last year. Like I'm just like, when is this show coming out?
And again, we don't have a streaming site for that. I'm hoping Viki, but like I don't know. But those are like the only 2 I'm interested in for March as what we've come across. April has a couple more, but again, it depends on like where they land and if like most of the ones I'm interested in doesn't even have a premiere date in April. They're just rumored for April.
Right.
So I don't know.
So you just don't know. Yeah. No, that's real. Yeah, just like, like I just pick a couple because also like it's so easy to also I don't even like watching like mediocre dramas anymore. It's just like if this is like not like I just like, oh yeah, it was fine. Like it's a 3 out of 5. I don't even really want to watch those anymore. Like I could use my time doing something else or watching a better show. So yeah, like it's just like just being a little bit more selective because there's always just like so much coming out.
There's always so many. Yeah. And then like running a podcast too, like you plan that stuff out 6 months, 9 months, a year in advance.
Yeah.
So like I know, for example, I have 3 episodes I want to do in September, October, but that requires me to watch like multiple dramas in an entire Chinese drama series. So I can review the entire series and like rank them. And I'm doing this to myself. But these are like
I have no one else to blame. But myself.
But these are long series. There's like 15 dramas in these series.
That's crazy.
I haven't even started them yet. It's like, of course, Caitlin, you do this to yourself. So I have like a ton of Chinese dramas I have to watch from now until October, September, whenever I choose to release those. But yeah, so that I think that also obviously comes into play. It's not only the airing dramas you're choosing, but also like what else do you have planned for a podcast that you're doing?
That's true. Yeah, because like I still have to like watch the things that I've agreed to watch for other people's podcasts. Like, oh, let's do this. I'm like, okay, I have to like plan that in my schedule. So like I can't watch 5 ongoing dramas if I know that I have to watch this other one.
Right.
And it takes me forever to watch stuff. So I was like, I have to give myself lots of buffer. So yeah, so it's like I could be watching that drama that I have to do a review on instead of like watching this like mediocre ongoing drama.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then I also watch a lot of YouTube. Like I get a lot of my news from YouTube and like obviously like K-pop and like music videos and things like that. So like I'm also just constantly watching YouTube.
Yeah, same.
Which obviously cuts into drama watching.
Yes. Yeah. Some nights I don't even like watch. I'm not even watching. Like I'll either be reading or I'll like literally be watching YouTube. Like I watch a lot of like YouTube like book content and stuff. And I'll be like, oh, it's midnight. Like I didn't realize that I've been watching YouTube for all this time.
Same. I do the same thing. Yeah. 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 Along those same line. Well, wait, do you have any other drama watching goals before we move on?
No, I don't think so. I think that was it for me.
Okay. Along the same lines of like what you're currently watching in terms of K-pop, what are you currently liking, listening to, loving?
I'm still like on my GOT7 cloud.
Me too. Me too. Me too. That's literally all I'm listening to.
Literally, that's it. Like I haven't moved on from that album. Like Winter Heptagon is on repeat. Python is like it lives in my brain. So like I haven't moved on from it at all. I don't know what else has happened or who else has come out with anything. I'm still in my GOT7 bubble.
Yeah, that's pretty much me too. Yeah.
The album was so good.
The album is great. It's really good.
Yeah.
I also really like, completely just came out of my head. Hold on. Chungha's release. I liked her.
Seen that.
That was it's called Stress. I haven't listened to the rest of the album, but the title track was great. Okay. And then also Jisoo's Earthquake.
Yes. I did like Earthquake.
That. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Earthquake was cute.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Jennie's album. Because I didn't particularly like Extra. Like I think it will grow. I think it's extra. What is it?
Yeah.
There's like
it seems like one of those shows will like those songs will like have to like grow on you. Because I didn't really love it. When I heard it yesterday, I was like, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't particularly. I like the other ones that she's released that she's going to release on the album.
Yeah. Same.
More. But I feel like if I could learn to like it, so I'm curious what the rest of the album is going to sound like. Because I don't think that was definitely I don't think it's the title track. So.
No. And I think something I do respect about her is that like she's really like gone outside the box, and every single pre-release track she's done, like nothing sounds the same. Like they all have like a different sound. She's been really experimental, which is really cool.
Yeah. Have you heard Jackson's new song?
No, I haven't heard a song yet.
I mean, it's not really, it's a song, obviously, but like the music video is like the point of the song, basically, is like, it's a visual experience, basically.
Did you like it?
I did. It's basically, it was him announcing he's doing a Magic Man 2.
Okay.
So it has like a magician-esque part of it, but it's interesting. There's like a connectivity with his first album, which was really nice. But the song is cool. It's definitely an intro song. It's not like a full-blown song, but it was interesting. I think the MV really adds to it, though.
Okay. I need to check it out because I saw that he came out with something, and I wasn't able to watch the video yet. It's so crazy how like the K-pop machine. It's like they literally just came out with the album, had their concerts. It's like, okay, you go announce his tour. And then Jin-young has his show, and then Jackson's like, "Oh, new album coming!" And like, I'm like, "Whoa!" It's like so fast.
You're right. Yeah. And then the last one I'll talk about because I think the video just got released yesterday, but the song's been out for a while. Is Felix featured on a Japanese song for Solo Awakening, the anime done by Lisa. Lisa does a ton of not Blackpink Lisa, but like Japanese Lisa.
Yes.
Does a ton of anime openings. So he featured on that for the Solo Awakening song for season 2. Great song. I've been listening to that a lot.
I need to look that up.
You should. But that's what I've been listening to. But mainly it's been GOT7.
Yeah, I'm still
sprinkled
stuck on
in other things, but
yeah.
Oh,
and then also Woo Young from ATEEZ, he came out with like I don't think it's streamable, but he came out with a song called Sagittarius.
Okay.
Pick that up. Yeah. I think it came out yesterday, and I really, really like that.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that something got released. I didn't realize that was like a solo thing. Yeah.
Yes. I don't think it's streamable, but it was like just like the song and the video. But yeah, I really liked it. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. Because, like, he doesn't get a lot of lines. So it's nice
Right.
to, like, hear his voice
Yeah.
in, like, isolation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I really
Definitely.
like the song.
Yeah. And then, of course, we have a bunch of like older groups that are supposedly coming back this year, which I'm
I
always excited for.
know. This is like the year of like the comebacks of like the greats. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
like let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next question. Any anticipated dramas for 2025?
Oh my gosh. I feel like there's so many that are coming out this year that I'm really excited for. I'm really excited for When Life Gives You Tangerines. I think that's coming out next month.
Mm-hmm.
There is a Namgung Min and Jun Yobin drama coming out. There's
Mm-hmm.
no like date or anything like that, but Namgung Min, ever since My Dearest, I'm like, anything you're in, I'm
Right.
watching it. I'm watching it. He's such an amazing actor. And I love her
Mm-hmm.
too. But yeah, I think like I'm trying to think of like, of course, Squid Game 3. Like I'm
I
ready.
still need to watch 2. That's another thing I haven't watched yet.
No, so ready for that. And Bloodhounds 2. I'm very, very excited for that as well.
I still haven't watched 1.
Oh my gosh, you would love it. It's
So behind
such a
when it
great
comes to
show.
like season 1, season 2s. It's just ridiculous at this point.
Such a great show. You would love it. It's
Yeah,
really, really
I'm sure
good.
I would. I'm sure I would. Yeah. Doesn't he have a drama coming out? Or no, he was announced. He's gonna play the younger version of Hyunbin.
Really?
I think I heard that.
Oh,
I'm almost positive I heard that. He's gonna play a younger version of somebody. I think it was Hyunbin.
oh my
Let me
gosh.
look that up.
That would be great.
But I can't remember what Hyunbin's about to be in. That's the other thing.
That's the other piece.
Is
Oh my
it made in
gosh.
Korea? Was it that? Yeah. Or maybe his brother? Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Woo Do-won is gonna be his brother in Made in Korea, which is a Korean drama coming out sometime this year.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know when.
Yes, the Song Hye Kyo and the Song Hye Kyo one.
Jung Woo Sung one. The one
Okay.
that took place in like the 1970s.
Okay. I'm thinking about. I did hear about a drama that with Song Hye Kyo and Gong Yoo. I think we're going to be in a drama too that I'm looking forward to as well. I thought that was the same one.
I think. Oh yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. That did look good.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that too.
And you're right. It is in the 60s, 1970s. So
yeah,
you got the time period right.
Yeah, the time period right. I was like, something about that sounds familiar.
Yeah. No, this one sounded like more of like a bromance drama.
Got it.
Yeah, Woo Do-won is like his younger brother or something.
Okay.
Which was announced like 2 weeks ago or something, I think.
Oh wow. Okay, so it's new news. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. I think this is gonna be a good K-drama year. Pulling out hope.
Hopefully, knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Know.
Redeem last year for me, please.
No, because last year was rough. It was a rough time.
I agree.
Almost every drama that I was looking forward to, like, did not meet my expectation.
Right. Crime dramas did great, but I mean,
yeah, I remember you said that. Like, the crime dramas were great.
You're not a crime drama watcher, so
yeah,
that doesn't help you,
right? So, like, half of your year was good because your crime dramas were like hitting.
Yeah, at least half. Yeah. Any other anticipated dramas that you can think of?
I don't think so.
Okay. Next question before we move on to the next section. What genre or country do you want to explore more of in this year or in the future?
Definitely want to explore C-dramas more. I do want to like give some more of them a chance. And also J-dramas as well. I literally don't know like where to start. And like the one, sorry, this is going to sound really, I hope it's not rude, but the titles of the J-dramas on Viki, they're so like literal.
Right,
and I'm like,
yes.
but I definitely with C-dramas, I do want to dive in like more and start with that.
I can give you some cute romantic J-dramas. You'll like them. They're really cute.
Thank you. But yeah, definitely C-dramas and J-dramas for sure.
I need to watch more J-dramas. I always say that every year that I need to watch more J-dramas, and I just never do. And then I just have them pile up in my plan to watch list.
And as far as genres, I definitely would like to watch like thrillers more because I like them. When we mix like the thriller with like the messy stuff, like kind of like melodrama with like thriller. So I definitely want to explore that more. But like some of like last year we didn't really get a lot of those, but I'm hoping that like we get some that I can check out. But yeah.
Right. We've also come to the right place.
Yes, I
You
know.
have me.
Yes.
Excuse.
Yes.
Because that is my bread and butter. Yours is
Yes.
romance. Mine is messy crime makjang.
Yes. Messy crime makjang. Exactly.
Which we already know you're going to be watching some already. But
Yes, which
yeah,
I'm so
yeah,
ready. I'm so ready.
yeah. I'm so mad that Signal season 2 is not coming out until next year, though. That's
Yeah, I
already
thought it was gonna come out this year. I was like, that's so
me too.
sad.
Me too. But I mean, again, we're at this place right now where it's like, until I see it on my screen and I'm clicking
Right.
play on it, I
Right.
won't believe it until I see it.
That's true. That's
Because
true.
it's already been 10 years.
So y'all can talk all you want, but yeah, until the
Yeah.
poster's out, it's not happening. So
Right.
I need
Right.
to see the poster.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. We're moving on to the next section. All right. So, advice for people getting into dramas. Do you have any advice for them?
I would say just go in with like an open mind. Like, I feel like if you're getting into any sort of drama that's outside of like, whether it's a C drama or a J drama or a K drama, it's like going with an open mind. It's a different culture. It's a different way of life. It's a different mindset. So don't look at it through the lens of an American or from any like an outsider, but just like go in and be like, okay, like this is going to be different from what I'm used to. But just go with an open mind and like, also like go in like, you know, like just go in knowing like, okay, like what is my ideal genre? Like, what do I like? And that's like start some like with something like that that's similar to what you would watch in a Western show, and go from there and just like see how you feel. But like, yeah, just like watch it, be open minded, and just like have fun with it because they're so much fun.
Yeah. 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 And I mean, I think also it's like if you don't like the thing you're watching, like
Yeah,
don't like, oh, I must not like Korean dramas at all if I don't like the first thing I'm
exactly.
watching. Try something else.
Just try something else. There's so many different types of dramas out
Yeah.
there. Like they're not all
Hmm.
romance. Like there you can try a thriller, you could try a crime, you could try melodrama. Like there's a genre for you out there. So if you don't like
Right.
one, like there'll be another one that you will probably enjoy more.
Exactly. Advice for people who are in a drama slump.
Ooh, it's funny. I've never been in a drama slump. Have you been in a drama slump?
Oh my God, you are so lucky. I have been in countless drama slumps. Mostly, I mean, and honestly, mostly it's not because, I mean, I don't think they've ever really been because of what I'm watching.
Yeah,
I think it's like outside factors that are affecting what
your
I'm
enjoyment.
watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
just so stressed about like life in general that
Yeah,
I'm just not watching stuff. And
yeah.
there comes a point where I'm like super, super stressful that happens, where for some reason drama watching does not become my like relaxation. It's now I
Mm-hmm.
am avoiding it for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. No,
But
that's a real.
yeah, I don't think it's ever been where like, oh, I hate everything I'm watching, because then I would just drop everything
Yeah.
and then I'd start anew. But mostly it's like I just don't care about it, or I'm
Yeah.
just so stressed about other things I can't really turn my brain off to enjoy what I'm watching.
Yeah.
But you are really lucky for not having a drama slump.
No. Yeah, it's never happened to me, but I would say like if you do feel kind of like just those moments of just being uninterested, like just literally pick a drama that you've never watched before and just
Mm.
watch an episode. It'll probably reignite your excitement and you probably end up watching that and then you'll have the energy to go back to what you were watching before. Like I do that
Right.
sometimes, like not necessarily if I'm in a slump, but like yeah, like I don't feel like watching anything I'm watching right now, like and I'll just click play on something that I've always wanted to watch. And I'll be like, okay,
Right.
I'm gonna watch this now and just
Yeah.
like put my watch list to the side. So that can bring some excitement. And also sometimes you just like you do need a break. Like it's okay to like
Right.
take a step back and like go watch YouTube, read a book, like, like do something else, like find another one of your favorite hobbies and do that instead. And then you'll probably start missing dramas again after, a day or two or three. And then you'll
Mhm.
feel re-energized.
Right. Right. That's good advice. Yeah. Yeah. Advice for people who are considering starting a podcast or creating content on Asian dramas.
Oh, yes. I love this question. I feel like a lot of people do want to start podcasts or start creating content, but they feel like the field is like oversaturated and like they don't
Hmm.
feel like they're going to bring something special. It's like, no, like everyone has something to bring that's different to the table.
Right.
And don't feel like, oh, like, well, what am I going to add? It's just like you're you and you're a unique person. It's whatever you have to bring to the table is going to be special to you. So yeah, and honestly, it's just like literally don't think about it, just do it. Like that's what
Right.
we did when we started the podcast. It's just like don't think about it too much. Just do it. And then things will just fall into place. Of course, like plan and do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel comfortable and ready to like, there's ways to prepare, but like don't think about it so much that you like talk yourself out of it. Just like take the chance, take the leap and do it. And like you'll find that it's super rewarding. So don't be afraid. Also, the community is super nice. Like I've never had anyone treat me horribly online or like say anything crazy to me or anything like that. Like I literally felt so welcome by everyone that I've come across online. So it's like you're in a safe space. Like I feel the K-drama community is very safe. At least on Instagram. I can't speak for the other platforms, but I can speak for Instagram. Right. That it's very friendly and it's just kind. And like people are going to receive you with open arms. So do it.
Yeah. Just do it. Yeah.
That's what you did, Caitlin. You just did it.
I did. I mean, granted, you heard me talking to myself and kind of just let me talk myself into it.
Yes. Well, it's like, you should just start a podcast. And you're like, yeah. And you just talked yourself through it. I was like, yes, you could do it.
Pretty much. If you looked back to when you were younger, did you ever think or would you ever think you would be making a podcast about Asian dramas?
Girl, no. First of all, me having a podcast period is a miracle because like I've never been a big talker. I've always been kind of more on like the shy, reserved side. As I've gotten older, I've realized that like, okay, like I'm not necessarily shy. I'm just like, I'm not the life of the party. Like
you're a listener. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a listener. Yeah. Like I love to listen. Like I'm the person my friends come to like unload, like, so like that's always been my role. And like I've just never been the one to just be a yapper. Like that's just never been me. As I've gotten older, it's like I feel like I was like I do have thoughts, I do have opinions, like, and just like being more confident in my voice and like who I am as a person. And so doing a podcast was just like a huge source of growth for me because I'm like, wow, I'm like talking and like, I'm letting people hear my thoughts and opinions on things and like sharing my thoughts and opinions because I wouldn't always have the opportunity to just share my thoughts and opinions because there wouldn't really be a space for that. So yeah, so I never thought I would ever have a podcast because it requires so much talking. And like, I was just never a huge talker. And then even with the Asian dramas, it's like, no, I didn't know what Asian dramas were. So like, I just was like, if you would have told me like 10 years ago, like, you're going to have a K-drama podcast? Like, what is a K-drama? Like, what do you mean? Like, so yeah. And even now it's just like my friends, like they get it. Like, I mean, I don't think they get it, but like they respect it. But like, it's very random. Like, I don't honestly talk about it with people, like unless it like people are like, oh, like what are you watching on TV? I was like, actually, I mainly just watch dramas and like, but like I never like drop like my podcast unless like somebody else is there that knows and they're like, she has a podcast. I'm like, oh my gosh, like don't. So it's not something I talk about often because it's such a niche thing. People don't get it, but no, I would have never thought that I would be doing this.
Yeah, my friends, like, they know I do it. So they'll, like, I think mostly out of, like, kindness, they ask me how the podcast is, how is it going? Like,
yeah, same.
And they know I, like, record on the weekends in the morning. So, like, but I've told them, like, if we have brunch plans, obviously I'm going to move that.
Yeah.
Whatever. But, yeah, it's just, it's one of those things where people know it's there and know I do it. And but that's why we have podcasts and social media. So we do have that community to talk about dramas with.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like people get it, but it's just like you said, my friends will be like, oh, how's it going and stuff. And I'm like, it's going really well. It's like, I know on the inside, they're like, this is just so random.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I would have never ever thought I would ever have a podcast, like, period, let alone talking about K-dramas. So
but
I really love them. And like the fact it's like 5 years in and I'm still watching drama. So I'm like, I really love them. Like it's part of my lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm hitting almost 15 years and I don't think it's going anywhere.
Right. It's like, no, I'm here to stay.
The next question. So what draws you in to check out a drama? Is anything like an automatic checkout for you? And then on that same note, is anything like an automatic, no, I'm not going to be checking this out?
Yeah, I think the cast is like honestly the first thing that pulls me in. Like if I hear new dramas coming out, it's like if my faves are in it, I was like, I'm going to watch it. Like I might not stick with it, but I'll watch it because I want to support them, and I've seen their work, and they've, I enjoy their work. So yeah, the actors definitely, and also like the genre. Like if I see that it's like, I love romance, but I also love like really deep, like emotional, like stories that have like more of ensemble casts, like Our Blues, like, or My Liberation Notes, things like that. So things that are oh, this looks like it's going to be like really slow and really introspective. I love that too, like dark colors and, people are going through a journey or something. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks like it's down my alley. And then something that's like an absolute not for me is like goofy dramas. It's like I don't do
Okay.
like the goofy
Yeah.
ones at all.
A slapstick type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And you
Mhm.
can like 1000% tell from the poster like the vibes. And I'm like, nope,
Right.
that's not,
Right.
we're not even gonna bother with that. I also don't do horror, so I don't do like anything with like zombies, demons, exorcisms, things like that. I don't do it because I'm a baby, so I don't go there with those things. So yeah, those are like my absolutely not. What
Okay.
about you?
Okay. Um I hate love triangles. Like, I've gotten just really tired of love triangles, which is why I think I'm, like, really picky with romance,
Yeah,
because,
that makes sense.
like, if I can tell from a trailer there's gonna be a love triangle in it, I'm not gonna do it. But really, I mean, I'm not really a fan of the friends to lovers. I've really never been. I don't know
Yeah,
why. I mean, most of it is like romance tropes that I just like have either over the years as like, it's not really my thing, or just like I'm just not interested in that at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
In terms of like crime stuff, I will check out most anything crime related.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
if something stupid happens in it where like it kind of like takes you out of the drama, I won't continue it. I'll drop it. Or either it's like super predictable,
Yeah, that's not fun.
it's boring for me. So like, or if it's like the one thing I didn't want to happen happens, I'll
Yeah,
drop it.
yeah.
Like, for example, I talked about this, I think, in the Drama Trio host interview, but Item with Ju Ji Hoon, there was like one thing in that drama I did not want to happen, and then it happened, and I'm like, I'm dropping this. I don't
Like,
care
we're done
anymore. I'm
here.
dropping it. Yeah. So yeah, most of it is like romance stuff. It just has to be a new concept of romance, or just like a trope I love about
Yeah.
romance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like if it catches my eye, I'll try it out. Usually though, I do go more for the synopsis route versus who's in it,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I think that kind of is what catches my eye first is,
Mhm.
okay, is the story good? Do I care whoever plays this role? Then I check out the cast, and then
Right.
it just is an added bonus if somebody I like is in it. If not, I still have the synopsis I like, because if it's just like a cast I'm interested in, and I have been burned so many times when it comes to like, I'm gonna check this out because my absolute fave is in here. But I knew going in I shouldn't have checked it out because nothing else about the drama was my thing.
Right.
But I watched it because my favorite was it. And then
Right.
of course I either ended up hate watching it by the end, or I ended up dropping it. So I'm like, why even start those types of things if I know there's not going to be much I'm going to become attached to?
Right. Right.
I think that's helped with me in terms of like being more picky with what I start, because most of the time I don't drop a lot of stuff unless something goes off the rails because I
Right.
already know I'll like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, which is
That
why
makes
I'm only
sense.
drop like 5 to 10 dramas a year at this point.
Yeah.
I used to drop many, 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 many more, but that's mainly because I just made choices that I knew should not have even had been a choice. Like, should have
Right.
just left it
Right.
alone.
Right. You're like, I shouldn't have watched that to begin with. I shouldn't have even
Yeah,
attempted it.
yeah, yeah. So let's see. What trope is your favorite, and then what do you hate?
I have like a never ending list of tropes that I love.
Oh, that's fine. You can list all of them if you'd like.
I mean, I love enemies to lovers.
Mm,
I love fake dating. Fake dating, I don't know what it is, but it really does it for me. Forced cohabitation or like marriage contract, anything like that. I really like that.
mm-hmm.
I can't resist the umbrella. Umbrella trope does
Bro.
it for me. I can't. I don't care how corny it is. It does it for me. The CEO trope is everything to
Mm-hmm.
me. I will watch every CEO show, like every single one, because I don't know. I love it so much. Tropes that I can't stand. I think that love triangles, it's like I have a love-hate relationship with them because I feel like most of the time they're not done correctly, which is what makes them
Correct.
insufferable.
Yeah.
If one person has zero chance, this shouldn't even be
Right.
a thing. Like,
Right.
this shouldn't be a thing. Other person has like there's a chance there. There's equal investment there. Like it really could
Right.
go either way. You know who it's gonna go with from the beginning, but like it feels like it could go either way. Like True Beauty. Like I'm like, yes, like I want to feel the angst. I want to feel the pain. I want to feel the confusion. Like,
Right.
that's how you
Right.
really have a good love triangle. Oh my gosh, and I hate the white truck of doom.
I can only think of one K-drama that went the opposite way when it came to a love triangle.
Mm.
Um, which I won't spoil, but like
Okay.
it was an older drama, I think like 2017, 2016, something like that.
Ooh,
That was the
okay.
only time I'd ever seen that happen before in my life.
Wow. Okay, that's good to
Yeah.
know that someone like that exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I think like
Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
oh no, look, the trope I hate the most is like the white truck of doom. I think and I
It's become a joke at this point.
yeah, it's like it
Yeah.
cannot be taken seriously. Like
Right.
there's literally no reason why somebody should be getting hit by a truck right now. Like there's literally no reason why. Like stop. I also really don't like meddling exes and like meddling parents.
Mm-hmm.
Drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Drives
Yeah.
me crazy. But those are a few.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think because I watch a lot of makjang, I can tolerate some of that stuff a little more, like
Mm-hmm.
the meddling exes or amnesia. Like amnesia is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Amnesia. My gosh.
But I think it's because of the makjang. I love how crazy makjangs can get. So I don't
Yeah.
really care if there's 6 times someone gets amnesia and like all the birth secrets you could possibly think of. I mean, there was a daily drama I watched really early on, which I don't think I remember if I finished it, but it was old. It was an older daily drama, and one of those like typical kimchi slap makjang up the wazoo crazy daily dramas. And I think by the time I dropped it, basically every main character was part of a birth secret. Like the parents
Whoa.
had like swapped children, or like the neighbor had stolen somebody or stuff like that. Like I think it's like there was like 6 couples or like 3 couples, and I think everybody in those 3 couples were birth secreted somewhere.
That's wild.
It was ridiculous how crazy the birth secrets got in that. I do not remember much more. I don't even remember who was in this thing, so I could not
That
tell you
is
what that
ridiculous.
drama is. I
I
know.
cannot.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
All
my
right,
gosh.
moving on. Let's see. Did I lose my place? I think I lost my place. Well, I guess you kind of answered it. What can happen in a drama that immediately makes you drop it and not check it out? Like, is there anything that was like an immediate drop?
Yeah, I think like I'm trying to think of like dramas that I've dropped and what was like the final straw. I mean, definitely like if it's like moving at a glacial pace, but not. I like slow dramas, but like slow for a reason. If it's like
Mhm.
we're literally experiencing no progression and we're like halfway through, like what's going on? And not even like progression in the relationship, but just like in the story in general, you're like asking yourself after every episode, what happened? And nothing happened. Like that's not a good place to
Right,
be.
right.
And another thing is like when characterizations are not like consistent. Like the characters are doing things that as the viewer they wouldn't do, but like the writing has
Hmm.
gone off the rails and the characters are doing things that are out of their character. You're just like, where is this
Right,
coming from?
right.
So now I just can't even trust the characters now.
Hmm.
And then like random serial killers, it's like, all right, we're done. Especially when it's like so unnecessary. Like this is like a rom-com and they're like, oh my gosh, there's a killer on the loose. It's like, where did that come from?
And that is my cup of tea. But granted, I will agree they sometimes throw serial killers in them when they have run out of plot and like don't know what to do. But give me some
Oh my
romance with
gosh.
some murder, I will always watch it. But they have to advertise it that way. Like I won't just click something and then expect a rom com to have a serial killer at episode 14 or something.
Right. It's happened. You never know.
It
Like there's
definitely
just
has happened.
yeah,
Yes.
it's wild.
All right. Rapid fire questions. And you can elaborate. You don't have to just say like one worded answers. You can say why or like have a conversation beyond that. Anyway, favorite K drama.
It's a tie between My Dearest and Goblin.
Nice. Nice.
I love those two. Yes, My Dearest is a masterpiece. It is so beautiful and like, oh my gosh, the emotions that that show pulls out of you, and the emotions like it takes to sit down and watch it. Like it really
Right.
requires everything. And then Goblin is just, I mean, I feel like it's honestly like the gold standard of a K drama is. Like it's so
Mm-hmm.
good. I love it so
Mm-hmm.
much.
Okay. Favorite food you see in dramas?
Probably jjajangmyeon. I want to try it so bad.
Oh, you haven't eaten it yet? Okay.
Oh, every time I see it in a drama, I'm like, I want it. Oh my gosh, it looks so
It
good.
is good. It is pretty good. Yeah.
Just like, and like banchan in general, like it
Mm.
just looks like so good. I was like, I want to eat it all.
You probably have a Korean restaurant where you live, right?
Yeah, no, because I've had like Korean barbecue and I've had like all the banchan and stuff
Okay.
like that, but I've never had jjajangmyeon. So I need to find a place
Oh.
near me that has it. Yeah, I'm sure I can find one. I just need to like go.
Because I'm pretty sure you don't, because you live near DC, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of Korean restaurants in
I'm
DC.
pretty sure there's like a Koreatown
Oh
in that
yeah, yeah,
area.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I just need to like go.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly have probably Uber Eats a bunch of food from that area when I lived there, so that's probably how I had it. But I also have like the sauce in my fridge that I buy at the store,
Really?
and then I just throw it on some noodles. It's probably not like authentic at all, but it's but it is good.
I love
The funny
that.
thing, I always laugh when I see that in a drama is because for the most part, when you see that dish, it's
Mhm.
either like they have been working and like for 25 hours straight and they need something to eat, or it's a
Yes.
cop show because it seems like that's the only thing cops eat
Yes,
in
that's so
K-dramas.
true. Because most of the time I've seen in a drama a cop was eating.
Yeah. Yeah. For some
Oh my
reason,
gosh.
in crime dramas, it's always what they eat. If they have to order something at the station, that's what they
Yes.
get to eat.
Yes. No, yeah. Yeah, but I just love all the food in dramas. Like everything just looks so good. I love tteokbokki, so every time I see that, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I want
Yeah.
some." But yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
I
good.
don't like the fish cake though. I mean,
Really? I
I'll
love
eat
the
it.
fish cake.
See, I'll eat it. It's not like I like will not have it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's not really my favorite thing. I eat around it mostly.
Right. I eat around it.
All right, next question. Country you want to visit from dramas.
I definitely want to go to South Korea. So that's like
Okay.
on the bucket list for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
on the bucket list. But I also really want to go to Japan as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, those two for sure. They're on my bucket list of places I want to travel to.
Nice. Both are really nice. I want to
Yeah.
spend more time in Korea. I was only there for 3 days.
Oh my
So
gosh, you went there.
like
And you've been to Japan as well?
yeah, yeah. I had a friend who or have a friend. He hasn't gotten fired yet, but he works for the State Department.
That's a real thing. Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
know. Oh, he works for the State Department and he did a stint in Japan. Like he
Okay.
was leaving the next year, I think, or like within 6 months, and he like calls me up and he's like, "You better get your butt over here before I move." Because in the State Department, you are, at least when he was first starting out, you did like 2 year stints wherever you were. So
Yeah.
he did Japan, and then he went to, I think it was Mexico or something in Latin America. And then he came back to DC for a couple years, and then he went back to Latin America for a while, and now he's in DC again. But yeah, he like called me up and he's like, "You have 6 months. You better get your butt over here." So we went there, and then we like basically hopped over to Korea for 2 or 3 days, and then hopped back, and then continued doing Japan. But it was mostly Tokyo and Seoul. We didn't go
Okay.
outside of either of the capital cities, really.
Okay. Okay. That's so fun though. That's amazing.
Yeah, but now I really need to like go back because I do want to see things outside of the capital city.
Right. Outside of the capital. Right.
And then there's also just so much to do within the capital. Like I was in Korea for 2 or 3 days, but like
It's like not enough time
there's
to do
not enough
everything.
time. Yeah, not enough
Yeah.
time whatsoever. Yeah.
That's so cool. I need to find my way over there.
I also want to go to China, but that's a whole nother thing. That's
I
like,
know.
I don't even know how long that would take to like see everything in China.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. Next question. Some Asian drama characters you absolutely would not want to date. Like in your ideal world, you might because it's a Korean drama, but in reality, not so much.
Huh, would not. I have a I know who I would, but I've never thought about who I would not. Oh wow, that's such a good question. I think
I mean, you could also say who you would.
Okay, I would date Seo-yi, Park Seo-joon's character in Itaewon Class. He's like,
Okay.
he's so, yeah, he's just a good man. He's a good man.
Okay.
I love his character in that show. He's like my favorite K-drama character ever. Who else would I date? Oh my gosh, I would obviously date Eun-ho from Love Scout. He's literally the perfect man. Literally the perfect man.
Right.
Literally perfect. It's actually like, wow, you don't exist in real life. Who, I wouldn't, but could I not date? Because all I can think about is like these like really vile, evil men that I've seen in K-dramas, like what's his name? The An Bo-hyun's character in Itaewon Class. I forget what his character's name was, but he was so evil and just like had no sort of like morals or anything. Like he was terrible.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of toxic. There's a good amount of toxic men in dramas that I wouldn't.
We love to watch it.
I know we love to watch it. My Secret Romance is like one of my favorites. It's such trash, honestly, but like I love it so much. And like I love Sung Hoon, and like in a perfect world, like yeah, like let's date the CEO. But like in real life, if a man treated me like that at work, like literally harassed me at work,
yeah.
Like that's a lawsuit. Like the harassment was real.
Yeah.
It would be so bad.
Right.
So yeah, in a show, sure, but in real life, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Be like, you were sexually harassed, right? That's not a guy having a crush on you. You were harassed.
Exactly.
In the workplace.
Yeah.
I had to let a lot of things just like go over my head for that one, because like I love that show, but like I'm like, this is so problematic, but I love that show.
Right.
I'm ashamed to say
it's like
a
guilty pleasure. No, it's like a guilty pleasure.
Exactly.
Another one I just thought about, which I don't know if I would want to date him just because his ex would be crazy, would be the guy from The Glory.
Oh my gosh. Yes, the husband. Right, because she was the craziest of them all. And it's like,
right.
Yeah. It's like, you don't want that.
But he's like the sweetest man ever with a kid.
Yes.
Just happened to be dating the horrific wife that he had.
Yes. That's a great one.
Very complicated because he has the ex and whatever. I need to see him in another romance. I just watched him in Unmasked, so that's why. But
I would love to see him in another drama. Yes, I heard about that drama.
He has another one, I think, coming out. Like eventually, not like tomorrow.
Not anytime soon, right?
Let me
eventually.
look.
Yeah, I really enjoyed him in The Glory, and he was in Our Blues too. I really enjoyed him.
Yeah, Jung Sung-il. Yeah, he's in Made in Korea. He's in Hangbin's coming up.
Okay. So he has a drama coming up.
And then he also has another one called Guardians, which like doesn't have like any type of detail. It's a thriller drama though. It's like a suspenseful thing. Apparently it's like about probation officers, I guess. Again, that's not a romance.
Right. It's not.
I need him in a romance.
No, he was like so like, and like in the shows I've seen him in, he's not doing anything, but just his presence is just like the little things he is doing. I'm just like, you need to be in like a romance. Like you need to like be leading in a romance.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Asian drama world you would not want to be living in.
Definitely not in Squid Game world.
I was about to say anything with zombies you probably would know.
Yeah. No zombie world. So no All of Us Are Dead or anything like that for me. Yeah.
I don't even know if you'd want to be living in like the My Dearest world, honestly.
Oh, I was about to say I would hate that. That was terrible. I literally just thought about that too. I was like, I wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't want to be around like the Glory where everyone was terrible. There's not a single decent person. Like, what is going on? Like, yeah, terrible. But yeah, anything with zombies, anything with Squid Game, dystopian. Nope. No, thank you.
All right, moving on. Drama that you were surprised you enjoyed.
Squid Game, actually, like
both seasons or like season 2?
Season 1, because like I even shows I watch to this day, I've never watched shows like that. Like on paper, you would never think a show like that would be down my alley, but I absolutely love Squid Game, both seasons 1 and 2. Love them. So yeah, I was just like, I'm surprised I love this because like it's like so violent, it's so gory, it's like intense. It's just not.
It's not your drama.
Yeah, it's just like not my thing. And like I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. So yeah, that's the one that's I think like the most shocking. And then Behind Your Touch, I'm surprised I loved that drama as much as I did.
You
It was so
did.
goofy.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
not watch it. I was like, this is way too goofy for me. But yeah, you
Yes.
really did like that drama.
I liked it a lot. It's like I said, like I don't like goofy shows, and that is like really goofy. But like I
Right.
really
Right.
liked it. Oh my gosh.
Have you watched Crash yet?
No, I haven't. I still need to watch it.
Okay. Because
Behind.
I mean, if you liked Eamon Key in that, you probably like him in Crash. He plays the same
Yeah.
character.
Right. I remember you told me that. It's like he's the same person. I love Eamon Key.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. I do like him. Okay, do you binge dramas or do you watch on-air dramas? Like, what do you prefer?
Yeah, I'm an on-air girl. Binging is hard for me. It takes me
Same.
literally months to finish shows. Like I can't sit and like
around.
finish a show, in like 2-3 days. Like I can't do it. I don't know why, but I can't do it. So like on air, it like keeps me. The show is like split up into little parts, and it keeps me on track. And I'm like, I know at the end of this, 6 to 8 week period, I will have a show done. And like, it's just easier for me to like, get things done that way. Like I cannot binge a show. Like, I don't know how people do it. I can't. I don't know if it's because since I've gotten older, but I can't do it anymore. Like, it's just not possible. Like, I can't.
Yeah. I think at this point, I've only do it out of necessity because I need to finish it for a podcast recording.
Yeah. That's the only time I do it.
It's never like a 16 episode Korean drama. It's always like a 60 plus episode C drama I have to do in 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why.
Yeah. And that's why I like to know in advance, like when I'm going to do like a recording with someone or something, because I need to give myself at least a month to like watch a full show. And if it's just for me, like sometimes it takes me 6 months to finish stuff. Like I'm just like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's hard for me.
Next question. I mean, you already kind of answered this. K-pop listener, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. I love K-pop.
Yes.
I love K-pop.
And what are some other than BTS? Like, do you have other favorites? Like
yes.
Or is it just like everything? Like I'm at this point where I'm like, it's everything. I mean, SHINee is a favorite, obviously, but yeah.
I think like I definitely listen to a little bit of everything now, but but definitely like in addition to BTS, I love GOT7, I love ATEEZ, Stray Kids, 17, EXO. Maybe one day they'll be all together again.
Please. Kai got out. Woohoo!
I know. Finally, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Have you seen what he looks like?
Yes,
he's built.
I know.
He is built.
He's huge. I'm like, oh my gosh.
He's huge. Yeah.
And so those are like some of like my like top groups.
Are you a girl group person or no? Is it mostly just boy group?
It's mostly boy groups, but I do like the girl groups. I do like Twice. I like Mamamoo. I like New Jeans.
That's another group that needs to come back. Mamamoo.
I know them. Mamamoo needs to come back. We need Mamamoo back. A little bit of Blackpink, just like the popular songs. I don't like follow them super super closely, but yeah, I think that's it for the girl groups. I just got into Kiss of Life. I really like their songs.
Oh, they're good. I like them. Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit of LE SSERAFIM. But yeah, I think those are like the girl groups I like.
I think SM's girl group just debuted today, actually.
Oh, really? They have a new one?
I think they just had their girl group debut today, if I'm not mistaken. Or like maybe Monday or something. But yeah, they're gearing up for a girl group. Something with heart in the title, like Heart to Heart or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember, but yeah, that just talking about girl groups made me think of that.
Yes.
Anyway, and you also already answered this next question, but I'm going to say it anyway. Umbrella scene or piggyback?
Umbrella all day. Can't resist it. Does it for me every time. It never gets old. I never get annoyed with it. Like, just does it for me.
Do you have a favorite one, or is it just everything?
I think the Goblin one is pretty iconic. Just like, it's pretty iconic.
Right. Yeah.
A more recent one, Lovely Runners was like really
I was about to say
cute.
it's probably Lovely.
Yeah. You already know. It was really cute.
Yeah.
And especially because like there was reversed because she was the one holding the umbrella. So I was like, this is great.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay. Medical drama or police drama?
I need to get into both of these, actually. Since I love SVU so much, I don't know why I don't watch police dramas. I should start, but I need to start watching medical dramas. Like, I need to watch Hospital Playlist. I still haven't watched that yet. I watched episode 1 of Trauma Code, and I really enjoyed it. So I need to, like, go back to that. I heard it was so good, and I was like, I loved episode 1, so I was like, I need to go back to that.
The spin-off of Hospital Playlist is coming in April, I want to say.
Yes, which I'm excited about because it's going to be Kim Sun-ho's comeback. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Cohabitation or Friends to Lovers?
Cohabitation. Friends to Lovers is not my favorite. I know you said that earlier. I think it's not as tension filled as like Enemies to Lovers is. I feel like at the foundation of any friendship, there's already love there. So it doesn't feel as drastic to me to like transition to lovers because they usually already love each other anyways.
Or at least
never
one
told
of
each
them
other.
does.
So it just doesn't, it feels a little anticlimactic to me. I don't hate it.
Right.
I've seen Friends to Lovers dramas that I've liked, but like it's not my favorite. So I would rather Cohabitation because again, the tension, they're usually not necessarily, they may not always be enemies, but they're not friends. So it's like there's more stakes there. So I enjoy that more.
Okay, I'm just thinking about another C drama, but
oh really?
You haven't finished Hidden Love, so I don't know.
I know. I'm behind on everything.
That's okay. I'm sure you probably have heard it. Everybody else is talking about it because First Frost is airing.
Yes,
right now.
Liliana was just telling me about that, and I was like, I'm gonna start that today. Like I need to start it.
I mean, I did not watch Hidden Love because I knew it wouldn't be something I liked. It was too bubbly. It was just not something. But from what I've seen and from what Liliana said, this is the more darker sibling to it. And that would be something I'd want to watch. Yeah. So I was like, maybe I should watch that. But again, I'm like, I'm already drowning with what I'm already watching. And my attention span is not great right now to the so, and plus, as I said, I'm starting like 3 things next week, so that's not going to be good anyway. I also don't watch these dramas as they air, so that's another thing.
Right. I remember you just say that.
I might fall into peer pressure and watch it. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yes.
We'll have to see. Okay. Again, this is going to be an interesting answer from you because you kind of said both of these you hate.
I know.
Serial killer thrown into a romance drama or White Truck of Doom?
These are both terrible.
I know, which is why I paired them together.
I feel like, serial killer, serial killer, when done right, can work. It's like if you presented the show in a way that like something like this could happen, it's not as annoying.
Right.
Versus I don't think there's any circumstance whatsoever that a White Truck of Doom is necessary. Like there's absolutely no reason for this. There's no one should be getting hit by cars. Like you're careening down the highway and instead of stopping, you just keep going. Like I don't know, and you just honk your horn. Like stop. Like I just don't get it. It's like this makes no sense. So yeah, I will take the serial killer over the White Truck of Doom.
I think I don't mind White Truck of Doom because I think it's just one of those cliche tropes that like I find funny at this point. But I will say the worst one I've seen, which I don't know if you'll agree with me on this or not, because it's not necessarily, I think it just like it didn't need to happen, but also how it happened and like how ridiculous the characters looked in the scene.
I know exactly. I know what you're about to say. I know what you're about to say.
I was like, really? I dropped it after that. Like, I did not finish this drama. That accident made me drop it. I was like, this is crazy.
I don't blame you, but because like I cackled when that scene happened because I'm like, he like flew up in the air and it was like slow motion. And I was like, why was he taken up into the air like that? Like, what is happening?
And how high he went, too. Yes. It wasn't just like, okay, he went over the hood of the roof of the car. No, he went like he was falling off a 3-story building up in the air.
Went fully airborne, like 20 feet. It was just like, it was ridiculous. Like, I try to forget about that scene. It was absolutely ridiculous and definitely the most egregious.
Right.
Doom. It was just that was ridiculous. And I'm like, were we supposed to take that seriously? I laughed. Like, I was like, this is not, like, y'all are like trying to be funny, because what is this? I don't understand.
Right.
Shameful.
Next question. Found family or, okay, I need to explain the other one because every time I've said it, they're like, what do you mean? Okay, so you have found family as a choice, and you have the romantic fall and catch, where a woman falls and the leading man catches her in some romantic way, or vice versa, if it happens the other way around.
Yes. I like the falling. I think now I feel like now K-dramas make fun of the fall now, which I appreciate because it's very self-aware. So I like a self-aware fall and catch. I'm not interested in like I tripped, and it's not funny anymore because it's like you've seen it so many times. So I like I feel like the way they do it now, it's like supposed to be funny and like they're making fun of themselves, which I like. But I also love found family. I'm gonna say I'll take found family. Some of my favorite dramas have like amazing found family.
Yeah. So a lot of crime dramas have found family, which is why it's one of my favorite tropes of all time. Because like the police units become found family, and then, or like, I don't know, the group of friends affected by the same crime, or I don't know, the whodunits when the entire village is trying to figure out who did it and they become found family. I don't know. So
I love that.
There's always found family in a crime drama somewhere. Mostly, for the most part. All right, last one. Again, kind of one that I don't know if you're going to like either one of them, but that's why I paired them together.
This is hard.
Amnesia or Love Triangle?
I'll take Love Triangle over Amnesia. I think Amnesia just feels ridiculous. It just feels so ridiculous. And so I grew up watching like soap operas, and like, you know, it's just like Amnesia is just like a regular.
Which one did you watch when you were growing up?
General Hospital.
Same.
Yeah, so you know Jason lost his memory like 10 times. Yeah,
like every other week.
Like Jason was constantly, at least once a year, Jason lost his memory. Yeah. So it's like,
and the same with like Days of Our Lives. I felt like Marlena lost her memory like every other month, or like turned into a demon every other month.
So it just feels like, just like, come on, like. And then, like, if it's done, like, more than once, it's like, I'm not taking you seriously anymore. I can't.
Right. And sometimes they do that because they don't take themselves seriously, I will say. But, yeah, there's definitely, it's like, geez.
Yeah. It's like, all right. But, yeah, you know, General Hospital, like, it was like, Jason lost his memory again. All right. Let's, for the next year, gonna have to learn how to fall in love with whoever again. And it's just like a whole thing. That poor guy has sustained so much brain damage.
Oh, I know. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah. All those people have, honestly. They all should be dead at this point.
And like no one actually dies either. Like it's like very few people actually like died.
Yeah. Or stay dead for that too.
Yes.
Yeah. Or
they come back to life as like a different person.
Right. Right. The amount of face swapping when it happens to just soap
They'll
operas
be like,
in
we
general.
had plastic surgery.
Yes.
Gotta love a soap opera. Like I ate it up. Like give me more. Like I could not get enough of it.
Yeah.
Switched at birth to find out like 3 years later. Like it was just
great
TV.
Or like,
but for some reason I can't do it now. Like I just think it's too much now.
Oh, see, and that's why it's like, oh, okay, that's where my love of Makjang came from. I grew up watching soap operas, of course.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, we all have to start somewhere. Then we ended up here. Drama.
Yep. All right, so that was the last question. Do you have anything else you want to talk about or ask or whatever?
No, I think that was it. This was so much fun. Thank you so much, Caitlin.
Of course. Thank you for agreeing to be a semi-host randomly whenever we do an episode.
No, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, cool. Do you want to like say your podcast and thing again, just in case people forgot? I don't know if they did.
Oh, yes. So my podcast is the Swoon Diaries podcast, and you can find me on anywhere you listen to podcasts, and my Instagram is at Swoon Diaries Pod.
Great. Cool. All right. Well, I'll let you go because we've been talking for a while. But thank you again for doing this. I'm really excited to like introduce you to some Korean crime dramas and hear what you think of them. So
yes,
I'm really excited
to explore those as well. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Well, talk to you later.
Yes. Bye.
Bye. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky under the username NoSleep4Dramas. That is no sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.NoSleep4Dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. Finally, please give this podcast a like or a follow wherever you listen to the podcast. Leaving a comment or a review also helps a lot. We love hearing ideas and feedback from all of you. Share the podcast with your friends as well. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.